All right, so today I actually want to talk about my horrible experience with Tesla. And now, where should I start? Pretty much. Now, as a lot of you know, I'm a big investor in Tesla. I always liked the company as an investor. I've never thought I would own an EV vehicle, and well, it came to a time where now I was like, I actually want to get a Tesla. So I was actually looking into the Model 3s, and my wife convinced me to get a Model Y because I have a family. I got twins, and it's just the best bet for my family now. I actually have to think about my family and not myself. So, yeah, I mean, whatever. So, I actually ended up going to a Tesla location and testing out the Model Y, again, the new Model 3 as well, the 2024s, and I loved them. But again, I was convinced to get the Model Y, and again, I was happy with that. No issues. I was actually looking into a seven-seater. So, I started the process of, trying to purchase a new Tesla. So I was talking to the sales lady, and I was like, again, we went to go see the seven-seater. We started that process. She kind of sent me the link. She's like, okay, start the process. Here's the vehicle. Cool. She helped me out with the process. So again, I put that $250 deposit, which one thing I do want to mention, before you do anything with Tesla, you have to put a $250 deposit. So if you're trading in a vehicle, if you're going to run your credit so you can get qualified for that and everything, you have to put your $250 deposit first. So you're kind of screwed out of $250 if nothing goes through. So again, you have to put that money up front for, I guess, them doing the labor for trying to get you into a vehicle, which I think is pretty dumb, but whatever. It's their rules, so I accepted it. I'm like, cool. So I go to my house. I'm doing a lot of the app. You have to download the app and start the paperwork process, correct? So I do that, and I get to a point where I look at the vehicle, and it says that it's five-seater. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, I thought she said it was a seven-seater. I mean, that's what we're looking into. Uh, so we did. We were looking and trying to see if it was like an add-on, and we looked everywhere. We looked at the pricing, and it was again incorrect. So she messed up. So I ended up calling Tesla and telling them, hey, like, what the heck? Can you switch this? They're like, oh, we already signed it in. We're gonna have to cancel the order, and you're out 250. You have to put in another 250 to do the process. I'm like, she's the one who messed up. She helped me out with the process. Like, what the hell? Like, so we went through this whole thing. They're like, there's nothing we can do. Pretty much. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So then I was like, okay, whatever. I was convinced to get the five-seater. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to pay $2,000 less. I really don't need a five-seater. I mean a seven-seater, because I do have a Honda Pilot. So if it's 8 people, I'm happy with that. So, and I'm not going to get rid of the Honda Pilot. Again, I love it. People are like, are you going to go full electric? Nope. I'm going to keep my gas vehicles and have an electric. I'm not that dumb. So whatever, started the process. I'm like, I was finally convinced. I convinced myself I'm getting the five-seater. So the next day, then I see a change, and they're like, oh, we were able to add the seven-seater. And then I was pissed off because I'm like, I convinced myself that I don't need a seven-seater, and now you're charging me an extra $2,000 to do this process after I convinced myself, whatever. But then at the end, I was like, if it was meant to be, it's meant to be. Whatever, just leave it as is. I'll take it. So but that was a whole stressful situation. Like, I'm just trying to ease it out so I won't go along with this, but it was very stressful. I was trying to convince them to give me a seven-seater. They're like, no, you're out $250, and you have to put in another $250. So that's the only way you're gonna get it. And then they added, after I was like, okay, whatever, I'm happy with five. Then they're like, oh, you get the seven. And I was like, ooh, this was stressful. You made me go through hours of arguing and stuff like that, but whatever. We started the trade-in process. First of all, my vehicle is, I ran an NADA report. It's worth $14,000. They offered $8,900, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll put that as a down payment. So they put $8,900. Then kind of starting that process. This happened on Wednesday. So today is May 10th. No, not May 10th. Stupid. It's May 12th. It's Mother's Day. I started the process on Wednesday. So everything was going smoothly. Vehicle was getting ready, whatever, they assigned the VIN, blah, blah, blah. They're like, you can pick up your car on Saturday at 11 a.m. And I was like, cool. So it gets to the point where, it's Friday now. And this guy sends me a message or an email like around 7 o'clock. He's like, oh, I need title work or blah, blah, blah from your vehicle that you're trading in. It's a Toyota Corolla. It's my wife's car. So, again, if you don't know, I used to live in California. I moved to Missouri. The Honda Pilot that I purchased it here in Missouri. So, again, I had the title paperwork for that, but I'm not trading in that vehicle. I had the Corolla, which my wife bought in California. Again, moved to Missouri. And haven't really transferred the paperwork because we're going to trade in the vehicle for the Tesla. So, again, Friday. This is Friday morning. This guy's asking me, can you give me a picture of the front and back of the title? Cool. I do that. That's around like 7. Then around 11, he requires me to send him like a picture of my wife's driver's license. And I'm like, cool, here it is. Then he's like, 4 hours later, the odometer. And then at the end, he's like, oh, I need, your vehicle has to be registered in Missouri. And this is at the end of the day, Friday. And he's like, you need to register your vehicle in Missouri. I'm like, why? I have the title work. Everything's good in California. Like, I should be able to trade in my vehicle here. Like, trust me, I know. And he's like, no, you can't do it, blah, 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 blah. This became a whole big thing. He's like, well, go get your vehicle registered right now, and then you can still pick up your vehicle tomorrow. I'm like, this is not going to happen. You cannot get your vehicle registered in one day, and I got to get pretty much like the state of Missouri requires like an IDOD, which is, you have to also do the emissions thing, but you also have to do like an odometer disclosure. And I'm like, I cannot set up an appointment to get that inspection done by today at the end of the day. Like, it makes no sense. He's like, oh, well, we can hold it off, and, you can probably reschedule your pickup and this. I'm like, well, can I just go pick up the vehicle? For me, I'm an investor, so this channel's pretty much about investing, right? You know that I don't have a lot of money in my checkings account. Everything is in investments. So for me to take out money, I can't do it. If I'm going to sell stock, or if I'm going to take out money from a CD or a high yield savings or something like that, I have to transfer the money out. And that takes a couple of days. It takes 3 to 5 business days. Sometimes it does take 2 days. But again, Saturday's not a business day. I'm not going to get my money. So I had about $4,000 in my checkings. And I'm like, can I just use that as a deposit? They're like, no, it already shows that you're depositing like $8,900. So what happened is that I couldn't get my vehicle registered. I was like, can you just skip the trade-in, and can I just refinance $4,000? And they're like, no. You have to put in the $8,900 that was first requested and the finance was approved for. And because my vehicle wasn't being traded in anymore, or wasn't going to be complete, because I didn't know how long the registration process was going to take for Missouri, which is, again, stupid, but whatever. Then I was like, just take it out. Can I put in $4,000? They're like, nope. You have to put in the $8,900, what it's showing here, so you have to pay that cash. I'm like, I don't have $8,900 in cash. I have $4,000. Can I do $4,000? They're like, no. You have to do this amount, or we can delay it. So I was pissed off. This was Friday. I was supposed to pick up my vehicle the next day. And pretty much, again, they were pretty much saying, you're not going to get your vehicle. So I was pissed off. So the best thing I could have done was cancel the order. So I had to cancel the order. And honestly, this was the worst, most stressful experience. They're like, it's non-hassle, it's easy. Through Tesla, everything's easy. Everything, blah, 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 blah. They did not make it easy again. It was so freaking stressful. And it was one of the worst experiences that I've ever had. Again, I'm a Tesla investor. I have a lot of money in Tesla. And I have been since like 2010. So, again, I was just, whatever. In my head, I'm like, shit happens for a reason. Just look at it in a positive way. I still want a Tesla. So I shouldn't be too mad, because shit happens, right? So I'm like, whatever. I'll look for it in the future. Right now, I'm just too stressed to deal with this process. Well, when I canceled yesterday, or when I canceled Friday, which was 2 days ago, again, I was pissed off. We went to go eat for Mother's Day yesterday on Saturday because Sunday's going to be horrible because everybody's going out at the same time. I didn't want to deal with the stress, so I was like, all right. So I went out with my parents. I went with my wife and my kids to go eat Korean barbecue close to the Tesla place. So I saw it and I was pissed off. I'm like, oh, I should have had my car today. I was pissed off. So, whatever. I don't know what happened. I came home. I was ticked off. I was like, ugh, I'm just going to look again. Maybe I'll buy a used one. I don't know. Whatever. So I look into the website and it pops up there. Tesla. Promotion. 0.99% finance for the Model Y. So I was like, okay. It apparently started on Friday when I canceled my vehicle. So for me in my head, I'm like, well, shit happens for a reason, right? And I was going to get the rate of what through Tesla's thing. It was going to be 6.5%, which is really high. And now it's 0.99%. So that's like a lot less. So payments were going to be about 700 and something. And now they're going to be 500. So I actually started the pre-order process again. I lost $250, which again, I'm still mad. But because of that new percentage promotion on the finance, I'm going to be saving money long term. So that $250 is not looking bad right now. So sorry again for the loud noise. I do live in the Midwest, and I notice a lot of people drive loud cars. They do drive a lot of motorcycles and trucks. But I love trucks, don't get me wrong. I'm going to get a truck, but they put these mufflers on it and they're just over whatever. But I'm actually excited to actually pre-order another Tesla. I started the process again. I actually have enough time to move some money around. So I'm not going to trade in my vehicle this time. I'm actually selling my vehicle through Carvana. So I'm getting a lot more money, closer to that NADA price. So Tesla was offering $8,900 and Carvana is offering $13,000. So that's going to help out a lot more because I can put in a larger down payment. I don't really have to deal with Tesla stress of their whole crappy trade-in process. And I'm probably going to go pick up my vehicle most likely on Wednesday. I think I have my appointment, Wednesday. So I'm actually excited. I'm going to start recording videos of a first new Tesla owner and owning an EV vehicle. Again, I've always been a person that owns trucks, high SUVs, gas guzzlers, and now I actually want to try the EV market. So again, I'm a guy that, does his garden work, mows his lawn, does work around the house. I'm what they call a man's man. And now owning a Tesla, people are like, you don't seem like the guy that would own a Tesla. You would seem like a guy that owns a truck and is very, rough, drinks beer. I mean, I carry my guns and stuff like that. And, but you can own a Tesla. You can love a Tesla. I'm from California. I do, like EV vehicles. I like from what I've seen online and everything, I'm going to show my experience as well. But again, this is going to be different because, a lot of people are like, you seem like a lumberjack dude. And again, we'll see what my experience is with the Tesla, but I'm actually excited for it. I'm not stubborn. I know people make fun of people with Teslas or EV vehicles, but I'm actually excited for it. And I want to, show people that it's a freaking car. If it can save me money for gas and stuff like that, and it's a safe vehicle, then that's all that matters because, again, my family comes first. I can still, be a lumberjack and own a Tesla. So I'm going to show you my experience with that, and I want to show my experience process with picking up my vehicle and kind of showing my process with owning a Tesla. So if you're interested, please subscribe to this channel. I'm still going to be doing financial videos, but I'm not doing as many right now because, again, as you know, I own my business with that, and it's a lot of work, but again, I'll be showing my life a little bit more. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.